SMTConnect 2023. We're in Nuremberg. I'm joined by Rui from Mirtec. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
How's the show been so far? It's sort of halfway through, just about.
So hopefully my experience is a good indicator for the rest of my colleagues, because I was busy the whole time. So I'm happy when I have a few seconds to sit down.
Yeah.
So far I'm happy. I think we are now finally post-COVID, and people are finally coming and they're enjoying it. So I have a positive feeling. It seems like people really have business they need to attend to, so there are projects coming here. So. Yeah.
I think, certainly after that lockdown, everyone had to hit the ground running. Certainly electronics production, the world's changed a lot for us.
Yeah.
Electric vehicles and increased demands of everything, make it smaller, make it quicker, make it more reliable kind of thing is the mantra basically, isn't it? What are you seeing? What are your customers asking for?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. The thing people have been asking more and more over the time was everything that has to do with software improvement of the usability of the machine. So the big word is AI. AI. How can machine learning, how can simplifying and straightlining the processes and how you create the programs, how you use the machine. So basically the target is they want to put someone that has no former knowledge at all at the machine and have them be able to do at least basic things. Yeah. And for us, of course, since we are one of the more complex machines in the line with the inspection, it's been challenging so far, but I think we are starting to get to a really good point. I had really good feedback about our new features we were presenting, like the model creation to a wizard, where I explained to the people, you just can imagine it like the installation wizard at Windows, where it just goes through. It doesn't take away your work, but it reminds you, it gives you a step-by-step process, and it makes it easy, and it just takes away the fear of the machine, of the new software. And I think this is one of the things that the people seem to be appreciating pretty much, together with the combination of different technologies, like putting AOI and SPI together in one machine. Yep. So as you know, here in Central Europe, it's mostly small and middle-sized businesses, low volume, high mix. Yeah. So they want to they don't have much space. They want to solve everything with one machine. So they appreciate very much having also smaller factories access to SPI technology, to multi inspection technology. So I think we are starting to get there, and I'm looking forward what the Productronica then will show, because I have the feeling we are all working towards a certain goal, and Productronica I think will be the big where everyone shows off what they can do.
Yes, yeah. And it's a strange industry in some ways, isn't it? For years it's sort of improved incrementally kind of thing, but the last decade almost it has exploded. Now we're finally seeing AI, Industry 4.0, whatever you want to call it. We've called it a dozen things over the years kind of thing. They're actually here now, they're working, and it's accepted and understood as part of how we've overcome all those customers' concerns about privacy and data, where's the data going, all those sort of things. And seeing real world results, which must be quite exciting for a company like you.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think you hit the nail on the head saying until now the customers were a little bit afraid of giving away their autonomy, so control over the process. But I think since we all have smartphones, we gotten used to the Google Assistants and Alexas and Siris, and you got now stuff like ChatGPT all over the press showing how machine learning and these large language models, what they can do, and everybody's starting to open up. So hey, this is stuff we can use in our production. So now we are maybe about to reach a point where people will more and more, what they already started to do. For the first time since I've been at that show, I actually got asked about stuff like cloud solutions. Right. And usually they're like, I don't want my stuff in the cloud. So, and this is interesting that now the customers from their side are starting to open up and see the potential that they can get from these solutions. Yeah.
And who do you think, what's the biggest change? What's the biggest effect you're having on from companies? Is it those small, like you say, small businesses that are doing lots of different lines, maybe small numbers, but they've got a rapid turnover. So for them, it's been a lot of their business has been rolling their sleeves up and changing stuff over constantly. Being able to run some things on the same machine and cope with different ways of speeding that process up. That must be a big game changer for them. Or is it the bigger companies that have got several lines going that are seeing the benefits of it? Or everyone?
It is everybody. So it's interesting to see that the big companies and the small companies basically are trying to overcome the same issue here.
Right, yeah.
They both have the problem that it's getting harder and harder to get personnel, so having staff that is adequately trained to use the things. So we are not getting more birth rates, so we are stagnating in Europe for decades now, so we aren't getting more people, so they are all going to the same goal. The big ones, they want to automatize everything, so their target is one guy, 5 lines, a tablet and maybe Google Assistant, and they do this. But the small ones basically want the same thing. They don't getting the people either. So their solution now is I have 5 people in my production and I have one that actually can do the stuff and the other 5 are helping.
Yeah.
So I need your machine to be as accessible as possible to get to that point. So at the end of the day, it's just different angle for the same issue. We need to be able to do the same thing to stay competitive with a lower amount of people actually needed to interfere in the process.
So do you think the key is in the user interface? If it's conditional logic that they can go through very easily, it's answering their requirements, isn't it?
I think in our business, in the inspection business, we are reaching a point of diminishing returns with the hardware. So that means for 5% additional power, we need like 30, 50, 150% more money or more electronics or whatever. So now the solution will be software based. The machines are working good, the machines can do their stuff. Now we need to help the user to make it easier for them to do it. If you imagine just a shy few years ago, a 2D AOI would maybe take 2, 3, 6 hours to create a program. Now our approach is trying to give them tools that they can do a basic program in under an hour, maybe under half an hour. And this is the target for everyone. It's like, I don't have time, I'm getting demands, I have to react, I don't have the personnel, so it needs to be fast and easy. That's the biggest issue, especially for the small and middle-sized ones. And of course, the big ones, they then want to standardize. No matter who is on the line, day shift, night shift, Friday evening, Monday morning, same quality, because your machine helps them through and guides them through the process.
Exciting times.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I hope the rest of the show is successful for you. It certainly seems to be good. And so Productronica could be the big one this year.
So we will have a few things up our sleeves. Good. We are already teasing, so I'm looking forward to show what we can do. And of course, I like healthy competition, and I like the other products in the line and see what they are going to prepare, because we've been slinging the whole AI and feature stuff for 2 years now, and as you said, I have the feeling like now it's really going to take off, so I look forward to the next events to see what everyone is going to do.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for spending time to talk to us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Productronica.
Yeah, see you then.
Thank you.